Pork chops. That's what I want to know. I want to know, where is the pork chop? And when she gets back, we're going to find out where the pork chops. I know she got her lobsters. Not that, our drummer is literally, I mean, he's a fucking lobsterman. I don't know why this young person is obsessed with buying lobster every day. It's truly disturbing. I'm so excited we're about to release some new music again, because we have to. In fact, I forgot I have to release this weird little thing here. Oh, that's funky looking.
Hey guys, I know there's been.
What the hell? That's some real bizarre shit. I don't know if I like this. What are you guys doing? Nah? Nah? You guys having a good week so far? Should I grab coffee? Man, I don't know if I should grab a coffee, man. I'm starting to... Jesus. Send a copy, share a copy, save a video, do a video, got the video. Should I grab a coffee? Put one in the chat if you think I should grab a coffee. Right now I have this delicious pineapple juice. Wow, we actually have somebody coming in on YouTube, man. That's what's up. Whoever you are on YouTube, thank you. You are one single viewer. Yeah, man. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Local Music Earth, man, for being a part of it. It's massive. Man, I gotta check this goofy thing here, because this lady has completely... I don't know. That's not too bad, I guess. It's not the best quality. Let's see how it looks on Instagram.
Hey guys, I know there's been a lot of
Gosh,
news lately.
that's not really good. Your video has resized or reduced to nothing. I know she can't hear me, but that's okay. So it's Halo. Your video has reduced itself in a lot of size and quality.
Okay.
So we can look at it later. It doesn't, you know what I mean?
Let's take a look at it. It should be doing that.
I didn't like it. Han Solo, how you doing, buddy? How's it going? If they had co-op today, you'd be playing with me. Yep. Ugh. Fucking Christ. So what's up with you, Hans? How you doing, player? How are you? Hyrule Gamer in the building. Nice to see you show up, man. Yeah, so I'm just kicking it. Normally I talk a lot of shit. Maybe today, oh man, maybe today we could just game out too, you know. I'm excited to get this magazine that we were in. I can't wait to get it shipped here so we could take a look at it. I'm always like, because I'm from the 80s and 90s and all that. So when I don't care about the internet. You know what I mean? When I see us in print, I'm always like, yeah, you know. When something makes it to print, I'm always like, yeah, that's nice, man. Hey, Gothic, what's up? Doing pretty good. Talked to Lexi today. Everything is going according to plan. What plan? Usually, I don't know you to have a plan. That's usually where I come in and say, have a plan. What's the plan? You tell me what the plan is. What are you doing in my stream?
Getting my snacks.
Why are you snacking in my stream? This is an intrusion.
This is my area, you know.
It's not your area right now. It's the Piper.
Oh my god, I haven't seen him in forever.
It's the Pipes. He says, long time no speak. Same old, brother. Got the swarmy hood. Whoa!
What happened?
Bro. Wow. I can't wait to fucking check that out. He said he got the Swarmies hoodie.
Dope.
And I really want to check that out. Like, I want to check it. I want to see the quality. I want to see how it looks. I'm very interested to check that out. Yeah, guys, Melissa announced that we will be indeed, we're going to release some more music pretty soon here. I'm excited because we don't usually, now that we're off and running, I guess we don't usually do anything. So now that we're off and running, I think the plan is we have so many different projects going at one time. I mean, we got the holiday thing going. We really do want to do like an acoustic thing. We have the second, metal album coming in, but we also have like 3 or 4 singles that are wrapped up into this whole thing. So, but this particular single is another single from the album. So I'm really excited about that because even after we drop the second album, I think we're gonna just drop singles for a while. I don't even think we're gonna. So it's going to continue. We're not just going to drop the second album. That's going to be that. So this is kind of a continuance of what we started last year with You Already Know, which is basically like a continuous stream of art, music, entertainment. This time, it has not been announced yet, but we are going to actually look towards people that want to get involved with maybe doing some cover art. Like, we have so many artists and painters and there's so many visual artists that we work around and that we know. Melissa wants to actually have the cover art drawn up or designed or digitally designed or painted or whatever. Melissa wants to go on later and try to see like if people would be interested in doing the cover art and then having that cover art on a t-shirt and so instead of us creating the art, we were thinking about like the fans doing it, which I really think is cool. That's grown on me. What do we got here? Good afternoon, JD. How you doing, man? Top secret merch idea I'll be messaging you about later. Bernie, subscribe with tier 1. God damn it. Hell yeah. Video Gothic in the building. Thank you, Bernie, always, man. Bernie, you are the real one, bro. I feel like this group of people is like the realest. JD, Sparkles, what's up, man? What is up? Sometimes it's nice to just listen to Twitch, too. I've found. Personally, when I watch streamers on Twitch, I prefer audio because I'm a podcast guy because I come from a background of radio and broadcasting, and as you know, I like the power of conversation. That's why I do my podcast that I do with bars. We do get paid for it, but not much. I mean, like literally like a couple bucks, and we don't release a lot of it. I do it because it's really fun. What the fuck, right? But some of my favorite early AM talk show radio hosts were, believe it or not, everybody likes Stern and stuff like that. But I was big on some real weirdos like Howie Carr or Stephanie Miller. And that, you know, at the time, I didn't know any of these people had an agenda or anything like that. I just like the power of voice, the power of talking, and that's that. How's Bars? Bars is doing pretty good. We're about to release, his new album. I'm on it though. I'm pretty excited to be a part of it. He's about to release not one but two rap albums. Like, that's pretty sick. And I am on the albums. I sing and I rap on the album. So if you want to go check that out, well, if you don't check that out, you're crazy. I think you really lost it. No, but I'm excited. That's going to be released shortly. I would message him and harass him as much as possible. That way he feels excited, extra excited. Hopefully not pressured. I'm trying to find... Oh, I was going to give you a sneak peek, but it's a possibility. It's like one of those notes, you know what I mean? Like, you read the note and after it explodes. Actually, it's nothing like that, but it's the best I could come up with. Hey, Angel's in the building. Hey, man, it's nice to see everybody in here, man. I forgot where I was at in the campaign. Everybody's really excited about the Chicago show, which I think is really cool. We got to really... That's okay, Steph. You got to do what you got to do. It's all good. Rakatatakatakim. I really want to make the Chicago show, but no doubt. But doubt I'll be able to. Yeah, but Bernie, aren't you like legitimately coming to the November show? Is that something you're really doing? Because I'll give you my thoughts on that. Okay. Well then let's think about it in terms of this. I think that Chicago is going to be a very special presentation. I think it's going to be, in its own right, really tired. No, I mean really good. No question. However, we're talking about the first ever Swarmy Fest. We're talking the first of its kind. When you're talking the very first Swarmy Fest, it means we are going to go all fucking out. But that Chicago show is going to be fire. That is going to be fire, but it's not. But if you asked me, if I was a Swarmy, I would go to Swarmy Fest. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, that's going to look fucking crazy. You guys are going to be so dope. I can't even believe it. Yo, that shit's gonna look... Yo, we're gonna look like a motorcycle gang or something. That shit's gonna look like one of those gangs from, like, the Warriors. That's just gonna look like one of those gangs from New York City back in the 70s. We're gonna look like... We're gonna be mobbing. We're gonna be one that day. That's gonna be crazy. I'm telling you, you never see nothing like it. Manchester's gonna love that. Because you gotta remember, we're from Manchester. We're playing in Manchester. Like, when we go to Manchester, like, if we were to go anywhere in Manchester that day together, Anywhere we go, and man, everyone's gonna know exactly who. People are gonna see you guys wearing your staff jackets and everything. And they're gonna know who you are. That's what that you're gonna be. You're gonna be popping. I mean, nobody knows us in the Midwest. Everybody knows us here. Need to know what hotel to book. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you honestly. Let's talk about it now. A lot of bands don't post their music videos and shit on Facebook, but we do. And people say thank you about it all the time. It's really dope. Okay, so let's check it out. Hotels. First, let's look up Jewel. So let's look up Club Jewel. Club Jewel is located on 61 Canal Street. 61 Canal Street. 61 Canal Street. So let's do hotel. Now, I'll tell you right now. Yeah, there's a bunch of good ones. So I'm looking for one for you right now. So already, I'm looking at there's the hospital, there's downtown. Where is the it's Walmart, I don't care about that. Casey's Rib Shack, that's the west side. Elm Street, Valley Street. Hanover. What the fuck is commercial? Hold on a second, y'all. What the fuck? There's the liquor and wine outlet. Spider Bite. Market Basket. Okay. This is what I would say. Some of these are showing pretty cheap too. I don't know why I'm looking at it like this. It's like confusing me. There's Queen City Ave. Alright, so if I'm coming down Queen City Ave, there's Arrow's Diner. That's the north end. I don't want to be down there. Hold on. These motherfuckers talk about pools and shit. Yo, Melissa, what was that hotel that we had before when we went to Jewel? What was that called? What was that called?
What's the name of that fancy ass hotel that we usually go to?
And then there's the one that Hans got me lost at. Hans,
No, not that one.
Hans, look up your receipt right now and figure out the hotel that we stayed at that you got us lost at. Not that one.
What's the name of the famous person?
This is what I'm saying. The one that Hans got me lost at, that's the one where I would send everybody. It's a little nicer than the
Really,
one.
I like the one we were at.
You like the one that we were at?
That was nice.
I'll tell you what, it was nice. The one that we went is nicer. I mean, I'm not into like nice hotels. I'm into, not having bed bugs, shit like that. They were both nice hotels, is what I'm saying. I doubt somebody like Bernie's gonna be confused going into.
Trump owned the fucking hotel?
Unless you like hookers. But there's hookers in Manchester regardless. I'm not promoting that or anything. For the record. I mean, not saying that you can't do that. I'm just saying. I can't tell you to do that. That would go against the rules. I plan on flying in Friday and flying back. That's perfect. That's perfect. Late Sunday's pretty dope too, but that's perfect.
Oh, the Hilton.
Oh, it's a Hilton.
The Hilton.
On what?
Right
Commercial?
next to the venue. I don't know. I'm sure.
All right, so Bernie, everybody in here that plans on staying, look up Club Jewel, Manchester, New Hampshire, and on that street, it's connected. Now on that street there's a nice hotel. There's a Hilton, but on the other side of it, on the opposite side, on Commercial Street, Commercial Avenue, there's another really nice hotel. It's right across. So the venue is in between the hotels that I would recommend. Walking distance. Walking distance. Can't beat that. Yeah, and it's cool because it's like if you wanted to Uber, it would be ridiculous. That's how close it is. So it's like if you had a couple drinks at the bar, you didn't want to drive home or... Yeah. Cali guy in the building. What's good, Cali? So yeah, like either one of those choices are good. We stayed at the one a little closer to the venue. It was extremely affordable, and they both were bed bug free. From what I could tell, and we actually do have UV lights. How you like that? No, but it was nice. It was nice. People were friendly. You know what I mean? No funny business. We came in and out with no incident. I hate having a place with over the top security or just like, you come in with a guest because you forgot your lighter. They're following you up the stairs. It probably doesn't happen to you guys, but it happens to me. And, that's probably because I tattooed a fucking bug on my face. But I digress. Hey, it's Allison. Somebody was just talking to me about you. Not about you, the individual. You, the band. Want me to see what it says? And I quote. When are you guys looking to book in 2023? I have open calendar for the next year if you guys want to come because I'm pretty open. Are you going to bring... So this is really funny. I said I could certainly try. In most cases, I have to look and see how many shows we could book while visiting. This would ensure to keep expenses lowest for all parties. Where are you operating out of mostly? I'm open calendar. I have an open calendar for the next year. So whenever you guys want to plan to come up, I'm pretty much open. Are you going to bring roses unread with you? That's what it says. That's what he says. I'm not even lying. Want me to prove it? See? Told ya. just saying. That's what the demand is. June and July next year. Let's get it going. That sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. Allison, please send me that. Send it right over. And send me that, and then send me over the part that bands. I noticed the bands never like to talk about it. Send me how much it's going to cost. You know what I'm saying, to get you guys. That way, I could talk to people and say, "Hey, man, like, they need $2,000. That's what they need." You know. That way, if people say no, I refuse to do that, we can say, okay. Then we make adjustments from there. Either that or sepsis. Sepsis can go to you. That can happen. Like if you guys want to do like some weekend warrior stuff or be like close to home. If you want to get a show, I mean, June seems pretty close to me. I mean, June seems like a good. That seems really smart. Like that sounds awesome. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah, I was thinking that's kind of where I was at with it. You know, we talked about it, just building the show with the Swarmies, and we all agreed that like if sepsis were to go to you, it would, I think it would cost us probably like $2,000, and we wouldn't get kicked out of our apartment. So that's why we're like, if we could get a promoter to agree on, if they agree on you coming here, bingo. If we can agree to us going there, that works too. It to me it would see we could also meet in the middle somewhere if there was like a better place. June is an awesome time for us too. Let's get that down and let's try to. I got the phone here anyway, so it's good for me. I can. So I have you guys' chat pulled up, and I'm gonna write the word bump. If Jed doesn't know what that means, if you guys don't know from early like chat room talk and when the internet was starting to be cool, so sometimes a chat can go down all the way, and you know what I mean, you can't. It's hard to recover what you say before. So if you have many chats going, a chat can get lost. So sometimes if I've lost a chat with you, I'll just write the word bump. That way, you know that I'm bumping the chat to the top. You know what I mean? And I'm just bumping it so it's fresh, so we'll be able to find it. So Allison, I have bumped the chat. Yep. That's that. June, yeah, let's meet. Yeah. Yep, no, June sounds good. In fact, you know what I mean? When in June are you strongest? We can talk about it right now. When do you feel strong in June? I killed everybody, right? Yes. Yes. What the fuck is this? What? I thought I did that. That's like here. Whoa. 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 Oh, that's my guy. See, I'm ready to kill a motherfucker. Middle of June for sure. No month and work bullshit. Aha. Okay. Okay, so now let me think. So what I would want to do, to me, this is what I would do. So now I know, because I do this all day. This is like silly shit. December. I like June too. Like, what if we did two, you know what I'm saying? Like, 2 dates would be great. Like, or 3. 3 would be really good. Hold on, let me go get my little map. Remember I showed you guys the dreaded map? Roses, you guys should make one of these dreaded maps. See this? Anybody that's out there that's in a band and wants to copy my dreaded map. I know a lot of bands, everybody keeps its secrets from everybody and shit like that, but I don't have any secrets because I'm not a fucking celebrity and I don't think I'm better than people. So I'm not really worried about it. So this is my dreaded map. I know it doesn't look like the record industry. It doesn't look... This is my map so I don't run out of fucking gas. So I think that bands should make one of these. Bands that are small like mine that can't afford gas. Now this map is not a map for promoters and talent buyers. Because talent buyers and promoters don't want to pay bands. This is a map for me of what I will not do and my own limitations and boundaries and standards I set for the company. This is so we don't... This is the I don't fuck myself over sheet. Notice the big X on the other side there. So, let me take a look. Where are you? Where exactly are you today? Where are you operating out of? Be sure to visit us at a show and get yourself one of these. Stunning sepsis engraved tumblers. And in here I do have pineapple juice. But I've already gotten over my initial pineapple shock. So like I'm looking here and I'm going, okay, because you guys are in Tennessee, right? Or am I not? Is that not true? I want to be accurate. Do we have the tumbler in black? We do. We do. And the thing is like, the tumblers don't stay long, man. Like when we bring them on the merch table, they do not stay long. West Tennessee. Okay. That's what I need to know. That's very important. Okay, so good. However, like we could play Kentucky. Like if we went to where you are, we could play like North Carolina, Kentucky, Virginia. Like that's in that neighborhood again. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'd be more inclined to go towards Roses on Red in June. That seems smart. I'd rather it would be cheaper for me to go to Roses on Red than it probably would be for Roses on Red to come to us at that time. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I think that I can move my people around in such a way where it won't cost quite as much as it would to move Roses around, because I will absolutely know for sure that I'll be able to book as many shows as I would need to cover the cost. If I were to book Roses on Red under the same circumstances here in New England, I would landlock a lot. No, and this is true for you too. This is something you want to think about, Allison. This is something you probably ain't thought about. Now that I'm talking about it, it's good to think about. And this is why I would do it this way. Because I don't like playing in New England a lot. And there's a damn good reason for it. As much as I love people in New England and we have some of the best shows in New England, don't get it twisted. I have to be extremely careful of how I play New England because I do not like playing empty shows. I've never played the Kentucky, Virginia, North Carolina, West Virginia circuit, Tennessee. Honestly, I would play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could play 5 places, you know what I'm saying, in 8 days with Roses on Red there. And I guarantee you it wouldn't cost me much to do that. Because I believe that I can draw in every one of those states. I believe Sepsis will draw. Not a lot, but I believe we will draw. Meaning, I believe that, and because we will draw, I believe that we will get booked for it quickly. With that being said, if I was to do it in New England, I would snipe all of my New England shows early in the season, and it wouldn't bother me, but I would not be returning to New England. You know what I mean? Yeah, Allison, let me know. I mean, I don't mind speaking for both bands. You know what I mean? As long as you're comfortable. I'm gonna show you guys my map again. So I'm a very affordable, cheap band. I'm cheap. And that's why sometimes we get picked up. But 70% of the promoters or agents that I show my cheat sheet to, I don't actually show them this. But what I'm saying is 70% of the people that I might show those numbers to are going to say no. I know some of you are probably like, what? Yes, it's true. A lot of these folks don't. In fact, 60% of the venues, small, medium, large, don't want us to play there. So that has to be understood. But that's not what we care about. I'm not focused on that. I'm not. That's. I just want you to have that in the back of your mind. Now, with that being said, in my experience, I cannot speak for other bands, but Sepsis does not play shows. We take a couple of shows a year for free, for fun, because we always will. But we are some of the very few bands out in New England that will ask a guarantee and negotiate for it. You know what I mean? But I want to point out, we don't ask for a lot. That's the other part. We don't ask for a lot. However, like if I knew that if I had Roses on Red for 10 or 11 days, right? If I knew that, you know what I'm saying, then I would be able to be like, okay, if I started off an initial show or two, they wouldn't all have to be that same ticket. They wouldn't all have to be that same price. You know what I mean? I could change it. It could come down in cost. So it's not like every show that I play with on this side of the map has to be $3 million. No, that would be if I was to go once. So if I was to travel, you know what I'm saying? If I was to travel from here, from here to here once, you know what I'm saying? Then it would be, obviously, it would hit me hard for $3,000 because I would have to, just my truck alone is going to cost me $1,000 to get in it. However, the longer I stay out and the less I drive, So from here to here is a long way. But if I was to drive here and then go beep, bop, beep, bop, beep, bop, beep, around here a little bit, so if I can stay in the vehicle longer, but if I'm not driving it, then I can get some work done. You know what I mean? Gas is ridiculous. Gas is ridiculous. But we've been doing it. And I don't know what level of success anybody's. To me, the level of success in being in a small band is being able to do it at all. You know what I mean? There's big bands that can't tour. So if you can, you know what I mean? So, there's big, medium-sized bands that can't tour because they can't give somebody money. You see what I'm saying? Like, even when you think of your favorite bands that are on festivals, when you think of bands that are on tours with medium to larger bands, they're paying to be on those tours. They're paying to be on those festivals. Even if you do the Danny Wimmer Presents stuff and you go do the Battle of the Bands stuff and you go do there's still, even if you do Blue Ridge claims that they don't do pay to play, but they charge you a $75 submission fee just to submit. So if you have 300 bands on your bill, but you have 3,000 bands submitting to you at $100 a pop, $75 a pop, $150 a pop. Some of these submissions for some of these festivals go up to $120 a pop. These artists, small artists, medium artists, and the largest artists pay for premium slots. So when you're like, oh, but these big artists, they come in and they also pay for boutique spots on the stages they want, with the sound men and the circumstances they want. Even big bands, abso-fucking-lutely, even mid-tier bands. If you see a big band and then 3 mid-tier bands and then a little band, they're all in a big fucking daisy chain, paying each other to hang out with each other. Us, Roses Unread and Substance, won't have to pull that same goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? I think that we could, survive it without giving our money to somebody else just to play goddamn guitar. And I digress. So, your favorite artists are probably paying to be on that festival. It's nothing bad. It doesn't make anybody a villain. You know what I mean? If you were a billionaire and you could pay to go to Disneyland every day, it's something you might do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in a working, self-employed style situation where I got to do my thing. You know what I mean? I got to take care of myself, and I got to take care of the people that are working with me. And I have to prioritize my band, the bands like Roses Unread. I don't prioritize and worship and celebritize people that I don't know. I don't fantasize that there are bands that play better keyboard chords. I don't fantasize or look up to people I've never met before. I do, however, look up to people in my neighborhood and people that I'm working alongside. I can look up to people that I could see and I could observe and communicate with them and work alongside with them. Roses Unread is, definitely one of those bands that I look forward to having that opportunity. So, I think it would cost, Sepsis a substantial. I would just love somebody to book this fucking thing. So what I would love to do is say, go, okay, let's in our minds imagine that we have 10 days. And then, people can give me a collection of contacts and people that they think will work well. I'll combine them with my own. And I put it on a piece of paper, you know what I mean? And I'll go knock on the door and I'll talk about it with people and I'll talk timelines. I'm not afraid to talk about money either, because I'm not asking for a lot. I'm going to ask people the money to get there. Some bands that I work with, they want the money to get there and they want something else. You know what I mean? And I'll tell them, that's going to be difficult. You know, but we're just a little band. We have not figured out a way to we have figured out a way to survive in entertainment, but we have not figured out a way to affect and to encourage a measurable amount of business growth that would be satisfactory to my appetite. You can clip that too if you'd like to, because that will confuse all of you forever. But stick with that. At least I'm honest. And, you know, there's a lot of people that are not honest. So that's why that's difficult to understand. But rewind it and try to focus in on the English. Nah, Allison, you know what's up. I just keep it real. You know what I mean? There's nothing. I don't have any skeletons in my closet. That's all it is. I know a lot of these guys are behaving in the music industry in a way that, to me, kind of looks like, you know what I mean? To me, I would describe it as criminal. That's how I would describe that. I'm not saying there's been a crime committed. I'm just saying the behaviors that run in tandem with cheating a lot and being dishonest are a pretty reoccurring facial feature of of underground rock and roll. And I'm sure mid-tier and celebrity rock and roll is full of shit too. However, I have a saying with the band, and it is, let's do the things we can do and skip the shit we can't. Let's work with the people that have great attitudes. Let's use what we have to our advantage. Let's combine our talents. Let's combine our friendships. Let's combine our families. Let's work. So this band won't work with us. There's so many bands at our level that wouldn't even send us a message. But I'm not disappointed about that. I just know who to cross the fuck off my list. I'm not bitter about that. You know what I mean? It really does. It really helps me organize who I would like to work with. It really helps me organize the professional people I do want to partner with. For all the people that have shut the door in our face, there's been somebody else to open it up and understands what we're doing. And then I don't have any conflict. I don't have any inner conflict with myself, because at the end of the day I go, wow, maybe I'm not on the big festivals, and but you know what? I'm on shows with my friends that I get paid for. Oh shit. Maybe I'm not on the big popular program, or maybe I'm not being interviewed by the big popular magazine. But the sponsors that I work with are curating and adding to my value and my financial stability and my creative output. And the big thing in the world and the internet is, who's heard of you, or I've never heard of this person. But it's like, this is always coming from an individual that nobody's ever fucking heard of. So once you stop playing to that and you realize that rock and roll in itself, man, underground rock and roll, and the people that love rock and roll and the people that are trying to discover rock and roll, is a very small neighborhood, man. So what kind of band are you in? Are you in a band that saves all your money up all year and busts your ass and siphons from your fan base, and you put on the wigs and you put on the hair and you put on the outfit and you put on the tape and you do the whole thing, you put on the tuning machine and you get up in front of everybody and you do the fucking song and dance, and that's great. But like, if you're paying money and you're paying shareholders and you're just chasing all these titles and At what point, you know what I'm saying, is like, do you have to have some sort of personal self enrichment? You know what I'm saying? When you go back and you evaluate, you go, okay, what have I done with all of this? Did I just chase around bands? Did I just chase around celebrity bands and chase around festivals and chase around sponsors and chase every... Did I, for the last 10, 15, 20, 30 years, or however long you're going to rock out, you know what I mean? Did I just fucking chase people around, that were on posters when I was a little kid? Did I just chase these motherfuckers around and watch these people get old like that when I could have been living my own dreams? I could have been starting festivals instead of chasing them around. Instead of paying people, instead of giving strangers my money, I could be sharing it with my neighborhood. And that's my whole thing. Like, instead of giving bands and brands and celebrities, instead of forking over, there's so many bands that quick to fork over their money to people that have never heard of them before. Somebody said, why, Substance, how come you're not on Danny Wimmer? Somebody said that to me the other day. I said, fuck, who the fuck is that? So, yeah, Danny Wimmer's over there, and he's on Twitch, and he does Aftershock, and I guess he does all the Incarceration Fest and everything like that. And I said, why would I want to do such a thing like that? The first part of me doing this is, the first step in me being this guy's friend is going to his Twitch and giving him some money so I can participate in some shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, and then you're supposed to everything on your social media has got to have his name on it. All your fucking flyers and everything that you're doing. We worked hard for our social media, for our websites and shit like that, and we feel that our value stands up to any quality business. We feel that we've worked just as hard as some of these entities. So, just because somebody's more popular doesn't mean that they have worked any more or less. So, I have never heard of Danny Wimmer, and Danny's never heard of me. So I wouldn't want to, he wouldn't want to spend time with me. I wouldn't want to spend time with him, and I wouldn't expect him to give me no money to come on my Twitch, and he should never expect for me to give him some money to do that. But the whole point is that's another form of pay to play. You know what I'm saying? You have all these bands and all these fans. I'm not going to ask my fans to go over to somebody else's Twitch and give them money so I can play guitar. I can play guitar for my fans anywhere, anytime I want to. We didn't start this band so we had to go around and ask record labels and ask people permission to play music for our own fans. So I'm not going to get wrapped up in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing against them or whatever they're doing, but that's a product. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna siphon from my band friends to build social media, to build products, or to build on my popularity. I'm not going to use my fan base to go over to other people's websites and chalk up likes and bits and all that. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I'd be happy to raid a band that I know of. I'd be happy to participate, with Allison. I'd be happy to participate with companies and partners that we're familiar with, but too many bands, they do all this hard work. They spend all that money in the studio, all that time getting the videos together, putting the wardrobes together, learning the music, going to, going to the rehearsals and spending the time at the toll booths and at the gas pumps, and then as soon as some person has a new festival that was formerly another festival, that was formerly another festival, that was formerly another festival. If your festivals were formerly other festivals, what the fuck does that have to say for the quality of those festivals? Like, those festivals didn't survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have to rename your festival every 2 years and come up with a new way to rip people off, it's not something I want to be a part of, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I keep trying to educate bands at our level to stop believing that there are these force fields or there are these people. Oh, you can't play Whiskey a Go-Go. Whiskey a Go-Go doesn't make you a guitar player. Playing Blue Ridge doesn't make you a good singer. It just makes you one of 400 fucking bands on the bill. You know what I'm saying? And if you're in a room with 60,000 fucking people, at what percentage of those people even there to fucking see you in the first place? Be for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into hijacking somebody's fan base. So what's the point of going on tour with somebody that's more popular? So you could follow them like a puppy dog around the fucking country and beg them for water and shit, and you have to thank them every night to get on stage. Yeah, I hear all that. You know what I'm saying? But you got to pay for it too. Come on, man. That's not a privilege. That's not exposure. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that sort of shit has never really appealed to us. So when people are like, oh, how come you guys don't do that? And anytime you guys have ever seen us play with any celebrities, it's because somebody, a manager, somebody bought that shit. Somebody believed in it, and somebody was like, I'm buying Sepsis on that. I want them at that show. But we've never formally paid for anything like that because I refuse to. I absolutely fucking refuse to. What? Oh. I thought she was saying something. But that's why I'm not paying. That's why I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? We spend time building our Twitch, building our social media to be organic. You know, and just to say, I say the same thing for Allison or any other smart band. Don't get caught dragging your fan base or having your fans, having your friends wasting their time lobbying up, going over there, building up other people's social media. Because when these festivals, when all these people get big enough, they're gonna cut you loose anyways, and they're gonna sell you out, man, for the lowest bidder. Trust me. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? You're better off looking for people that understand your brand, people that understand your band, people that understand your music and your passion, and people that are willing to get behind you. You know what I'm saying? And then that way, you might not go into a festival with 200,000 people who've never fucking anticipated you before and have no other reason to see you. And most of the time when these bands, they have 3 or 4 stages going, so they put small bands like ours on when there's 2 or 3 different celebrities playing anyways, so you can't get no shine on it anyways. So it's like if Sepsis is playing over here and you got, you know, Spirit Box playing on this stage, and then you got, you know, Icon for Hire playing on this stage and Megadeth playing on this stage, I mean, what percentage out of them, you know, 70,000 people are going to come down and listen to what we got going on? You know what I'm saying? So you think about it. You know, you play, people go, I want to play in front of 200,000 people. I'm going to pay to do that. It's exposure. But exposure can't pay your light bill. Exposure is not going to take care of gas charges. And it's not just about bread. Exposure doesn't mean you're going to retain fans. You know what I mean? When we signed to Sony in 2020, you know, we naive. We thought maybe they were going to help us, you know, get some fans. Maybe they were going to draw some attention. But we learned quickly, you know what I'm saying, that record labels aren't in the business of doing what fans like. That's what we're in the business of. Entertainers are in the business of doing what fans like. That's why we're entertainers. The record label doesn't give a fuck what you guys like. So, like, it's, you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. You know what I mean? We realized over time that smaller bands, we saw too many small bands that have that rock star attitude, and they keep booking with celebrities, and they try to book, you know what I'm saying, big venues with no fan base. You know what I mean? So they book shows or venues with 300 people cap, and they can't put 75 people in the room. And we realize, hey, as a small band, we don't have to continue to do that. We don't have to play for empty rooms anymore. You know what I mean? But let's start working with bands that understand the same thing. You know what I mean? And over time, we've been able to have healthier draws and try, you know, kind of educate other bands on how to work with us and find better fits for shows. And in tandem, we've also started booking. We stopped booking big rooms, and we stopped booking with celebrities, and we stopped booking like that. And we started booking smaller rooms, and we started we started selling Sepsis and having conversations about the band and the bands that we were playing with. And stop conversations about celebrities and things that we couldn't promise our fans. And we noticed when we stopped promising our fans shit we couldn't give them, you know what I mean, we actually had a chance to do some personal inventory and grow from the situation. And what we've learned is that it's better to play in front of 120 solid fans that are there to see you than it is to play in front of 30,000 people who never fucking heard of you before. It's better to play with people in bands that understand your movement and that are excited about your growth than it is to walk in front of a room full of fucking snakes and people ending your set early. Making your name all small on the flyer. What's the sense of playing a show? Go look at Blue Ridge right now. Do you really want to play that? I'm not saying this as a fucking weirdo or somebody that's bitter or somebody. Please understand. Please, I want to make it clear with you. If Blue Ridge called me right now on the phone and say, hey, why don't y'all slide down here? For anything less than $1,000, I would tell them to go lick their mother's clam. Hello? Hi, this is Blue Ridge. Hey, this is Will. I don't give a shit. Will, we would love to give Sepsis the opportunity to drive down to Blue Ridge and play at our wonderful Speedway showcase at 100 degrees weather at snack time. What time are we going to be playing again? Snack time. And who else is going to be playing at that time? Oh, fucking Disturbed and fucking Evanescence. And really, and how much is the, like, can we get some gas money, like some pizza or something? Yeah, we're going to give you $998. Lick your mother's clam. www. Go lick your fucking mother's clam. I don't play at snack time, pussy. I don't even know how they convince. It's fucked up. If I was in like Suicide Silence or some of those big bands, how small their name is on the flyer, I'd be like, man, y'all got to pay me just for the disrespect. Y'all got to, nah. So why would I want to play something like that when I can partner with companies that make big, beautiful flyers, that the people that they pay the bands, they promote the bands? Why are small bands still taking the bait? Let me know, man. Let me know. I don't give a fuck. Hashtag lick your mother's fucking clam. That's what I say to fucking mouthy ass greedy promoters. When people are like, wow, Roses Unread, I never heard of them before. I say, I ain't never heard of you. People are like, oh, what band are you in? I'm Sepsis. I never heard of them before. I know. And I've never fucking heard of you. So now, we ain't heard of shit. Good. Yeah, of course something smells fishy. If you go online the other day, speaking of DW, they got caught in the fucking scandal playing with the numbers. Bands were already complaining about the fact that they were complaining about the vote numbers. And a lot of my good friends are starting to go over there. They're just figuring it out. But we've been watching them for years. Because all the festivals that they have now were all former festivals. They're under different names. If they were so successful, then why didn't they continue? Why do I want... If Warped Tour was such a successful thing, which it fucking wasn't, it would still be happening. Does anybody get that? Is anybody missing that? Like, bands really are businesses. Is anybody fucking missing it? If Warped Tour was so fucking successful, if it was so fucking fun, then why aren't we doing it? Because it failed. That's why. Because it fucking failed. Hashtag lick your mother's clam. So we have been asked to play these fucking flea market fucking festivals before. Metal in the Mountains had us on their flyer before. Wouldn't pay us no fucking money. Wouldn't give us a fucking dime. The next year, they said, "Oh man, Melissa, we want you to submit for the festival again." I think she asked for gas money or some shit. They didn't even that. Honestly, I've never had anybody be that rude to me. Next year, they didn't have the guts to even say anything. I mean, honestly, they got fucking. Meanwhile, if you look at the characteristics of the bands that they chicken hawk, if you look at all of these motherfuckers and who they're chicken hawking, they all chicken hawk the same bands. The bands that pay. They chicken hawk the bands that pay. If you go look at all the mid-tier or small bands like mine, see, bands that are my size, they tend to think that they're big bands. But if you notice, I keep saying that Sepsis is a small band. So if you see any band that's my size and they're acting like they're a big band, or if you see a band that's slightly larger than mine and they're acting like they're a celebrity band, they're not. So I think it needs to be understood that bands at my size, believe it or not, think that they've achieved something. And that's why they've stopped working like my band. And they usually save their money up and they pay another band or another agency to write them a schedule, and then they follow those motherfuckers around. I couldn't be, no disrespect, but I couldn't be like Diamante and get up there in front of all of Breaking Benjamin's fans and dress in rubies and diamonds and spin around in circles and pretend like I'm a superstar. I couldn't do that, y'all. To me, that shit's embarrassing. Now, that's not Melissa's opinion. That's my opinion. I'm not a young lady. That's not my fan base. But I could not get up there. Let me put it on me. I could not get up there in front of Seven Dust crowd and dance around and take selfies like that's my crowd. It's dishonest. And a lot of these bands, they want to get on these big festivals so they can do this. They want to take pictures with other people's fans. But it's different. When I go to a festival, I want to do this. Some bands want to go like this. But that's what I'm saying. I would rather play in front of 200 people who were there to see me, who were there to see Roses on Red, who were there to see 16 by 20. I'd rather see people that are familiar. I'd rather see people that I can have a conversation with, rather than turn around and take a selfie with a bunch of fucking strangers who wouldn't bother to look me up on Spotify. No thank you. No thank you. And it's because bands are lazy. Because they don't want to do the work of having to go out and meet their actual fans. So they want their fans delivered to them in bulk. I want you to think about that for a second. That's why they're willing to pay for it. Because they want their fans delivered to them via email in bulk. Some sucker shit. Yep. You're gonna get dressed up. You're gonna get dressed up in plastic diamonds and dance around in front of 20,000 people that weren't there to see you. Melissa's my best friend. I wouldn't allow that to happen to her. I would not allow that to happen. Allison's my friend. I wouldn't allow it to happen. She doesn't need to do that. I'm sorry. That's my opinion. That's not the opinion of the bands. That's my fucking opinion. I know y'all like Stitched Up Heart. I say the same thing for them. I say the same thing. God bless them. They nice people and all that. Them boys are nice people. I don't know her. Them boys are really nice people. But I wouldn't pay them no motherfucking bread to open up for them. She can't sing worth of shit. That's just my opinion. That's not the band's opinion. Don't get mad at them. Get mad at me. I have a strong opinion. Yep. I think that girl been following bands around for 10 fucking years. She said it herself in an interview. She said, Mixie said, there's only enough room in rock and roll for a limited amount of women. Okay. Go check it out. She said it in an interview. But I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't want my entire life to have to be Monster Energy drink and Warped Tour and doing everything people want me to be, and me having to fake my age and lying about my age and cutting my body parts off and trying to be a different person. Like, me and Melissa come from a different background, you know what I'm saying? Like, we come from the type of parents and type of beliefs that you don't, you know what I'm saying? You it's disrespectful to cut your body parts off and alter yourself or alter the way you look. We in this for something different, man. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody that baits people. There's no trickery. We do all real singing. We do all real performances. That's not to denounce nobody. That's to talk about my performance package and what we built. You know what I mean? That's our selling points. And we're proud of our parents. We're proud of what we look like. We're proud of how unique we are. We love our parents. We honor them. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we honor our last names, our heritage. We ain't trying to hide none of that. We're proud to be who we are, and we want to encourage other people to be proud of being them. With all the destruction that young girls do to their bodies now, and all the cutting and all the killing and the hatred and all the, and all of that going on, and all the influence and bulimia and anorexia and the pressures that young girls have to go through with the face filters and all the other stuff. Nah, man, we do strong women here. That's right. That's right. That's right. No, we fuck with you hard body. That's right. Yeah, and that's right. Allison just said a good point too. Yo, we hit bad notes. We make mistakes. We are ugly sometimes in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with being a real musician or being a real person. You know, I talk strongly and I have a strong opinion because we're in a society now where it's looked down upon to be yourself or to be who you're born. Everyone has to identify or be something. Boys don't want to be boys anymore. Girls don't want to be girls anymore. People don't want to be people anymore. It's hard to talk to people. And that's fine for those people that want to be rabbits and kumquats and goofballs, and you want to be a purple, elephant and everything like that. That's cool. But for the people that just are still people, what about them? You know what I mean? And musicians that just want to be musicians. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not everybody's trying to be famous or trying to be like a super celebrity, have everybody know them. Like, having everybody know you doesn't sound like a great plan. And getting in front of everybody and pretending that they know you and jumping around in a diamond one piece while you take selfies is not a sign of success. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not angry at none of these people's success. But it certainly is a landmark for what I want to avoid. And you know what I mean? And I want to make that perfectly clear. That when I say what we want to avoid, that is to define that we offer a different product as something different. And then when you come out to see us play, it's going to be a different quality. And we fuck up. and we fuck up and we make the mistakes and it's unique. But I think fucking up and accepting that you fucked up is better than not having an ability and trying to pretend that you have an ability. And I'm not talking about any single band. I'm talking any band that does that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because the thing is it hurts and it's harmful to people with ability. Wrestling is amazing. You know, I love WWE. We talked about the Hardy Boys before. I grew up on wrestling. Wrestling was actually a big part of my life, you know. But wrestling is choreography. It's a dance. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like theater. You know what I mean? And with theater, you know, some of that, you know, they're not random events is what I'm saying. Theater, combat in theater is not like combat, somebody trying to kill you in a prison cell. Or you're in a riot, in a bar fight. That's a different thing. Being in a bar fight is nothing like being on WWE. You know, somebody mugging you or trying to burglarize your home or you being in combat in Afghanistan is not like fighting somebody with a referee in a ring with predetermined storylines. But guess what? Sometimes consumers and fans don't know the fucking difference. If you couldn't tell, we have mass shootings and shit every day based on nonsense. I love the Hardy Boys. The point I'm trying to make is we're living in a difficult time. You don't have to choose a side or choose the good guys or bad guys or villains and heroes. I'm saying we're living in a confusing time where some people really love the theater of rock and roll, which is to be respected. I respect it. And then there's the other side of the blade, which is the ability part. So I would like to think of Sepsis as a band with abilities. Roses Unread is another band with abilities. When people pretend to do what Allison does, it's harmful for people that can do what Allison does. Like impersonating a police officer. See how that would not be good? Or impersonating. Motherfucker, you can't even impersonate a librarian and get away with it. You see what I'm saying? You can't impersonate being a math teacher. So you can't impersonate rock and roll as far as I'm concerned. You get what I'm saying? So that means there's real rock and roll and then there's fake rock and roll. There's people that sing and there's people that bust their ass and work and there's people that follow other bands around and pretend to sing. That's a different thing. That's definably a different thing. That's like the Hardy Boys pretending to be in a fight backstage at the Verizon Wireless Arena, and then a real fight in the middle of a race rally. Those are two different things. Theater predetermined combat is not like actually getting in real combat. And impersonating a librarian is going to send somebody in the wrong direction. But it's the point. Somebody who's worked their whole lives to learn violin might be slightly insulted if people faked the violin and made a living off of it. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm talking about. Put a 2 in the chat if you're confused. That shit might confuse people. That's right. So, there aren't any celebrities that I can think of in my mind that if I had a lot of money, Who would I give my money to play with? Allison, if I gave you right now, if I gave you $200,000, would you give some of that to somebody to go on tour? Would you buy on? Is that enough? Is that enough money to feel comfortable to buy on? I admit, I admit if you do have ability, right, and you have $5 million, I mean, why the fuck not? You know what I mean? How much? How much? It seems there's so many acts out there that are willing to just pay for success. But the problem is when bands, no matter at what level, bands that pay for success fuck shit up for people that actually have talent. People that pay for rock and roll, rock star experience make it difficult for authentic, hard-working rock and roll acts to be seen and discovered. Let me explain it to you like this. If you were trying to get sober and you were an alcoholic and you went to a local AA meeting and you went there and they only had 20 seats and 5 of those guys in there were only going to the AA meeting for the donuts and coffee. They don't even drink. They're not getting sober. But there's only 20 seats in there. And you got a line of people outside trying to get sober, trying to really work on their lives, right? You got 5 guys that are taking up seats in the AA meeting, eating coffee and donuts, burning up resources, faking the funk, while there's sick people outside actually trying to get in and do the right thing. That would be sick. But if she said if we had 200,000, we'd go on a big ass tour and do what we wanted, that is for sure. That's for sure. We could. We certainly could. But that's it. That's the analogy. When, you know what I'm saying, if you got a bunch of people that are competing in a sport and you got a handful of them all using enhancement drugs and they're cheating, then that takes up space for real athletes that want to play the sport and compete. You have real athletes that want to come into rock and roll and compete, but they can't because there's an amount of people using sports enhancements and cheating. So when people cheat, you know what I'm saying, and they're taking up the competitive real estate. Because bands that are willing to just buy on take the place of bands that are actually good. So a band that's not as good or a band that needs a little practice, hey, maybe they're really good, but they could use a little practice. They get on the festival. But the band that's really good and doesn't have any money, they don't get on. They don't get on. You see what I'm saying? 1 second, y'all.
Okay. Hi.
So Lexi's gonna talk about her day because her eye popped out.
My eye popped out.
So Lexi, because Melissa's worried about you.
Oh.
So let's start this off. So yesterday you come to me and you say, my eye is going to pop out.
Yeah.
So, Lexi's eye, something's wrong with her eye.
Yeah.
Explain what you saw.
So I have what is called.
Well, you didn't know that yet. You're telling the story wrong.
Okay.
So you.
I found a spot in my right eye.
Yes, catch them up. Catch them up. Update.
So I made an appointment for my eye doctor on Friday last week.
Why?
Because I have burning eyes. I burn my eyes burn 7 times a day, pretty much. Random times of the day, even while I'm driving, even pitch black.
It's gonna
even
happen
with those
soon.
2 in the car.
It's gonna happen soon.
So.
We can't have Lexi's eyes burn out because she drives some of the tour.
Yes, and this even happens pitch black driving to and from a show. So, dangerous, nonetheless, painful. Yes. So I made an eye appointment for that alone, and plus also over time your prescription gets weaker or you need a lighter prescription just from having nearsightedness and astigmatism. So I made the appointment, eye burning, all of that Friday. Wake up next day and I find a cute little spot in my right eye. I actually woke up with it. So when I woke up with it, I thought it was really funny because I made an eye doctor appointment like the day before. So I was like, oh, perfect. New development to tell the doctor. Anyways, so basically the way I can describe the spot, so if you're looking at a camera lens and you ever see like a little bit of like that caramelly like residue on the camera lens, that's what my spot looks like. It's right in the corner here. I see it right now. It's my new little friend. So I was like, oh crap. So I've been dealing with that for the last couple of days. And then also with the occasional halos and spots connected to halos.
She's not talking about Halo the video game.
Not Halo the video game. Halos, like, you know, like the little clear things. It looks like a microorganism. It's not necessarily a microorganism. It's your eye lens and all that fun stuff. And they call those halos. So, and those are common, believe it or not. So, anyways, I've been dealing with it the past couple of days, plus with the eye strain and everything. So I make the appointment for today. Today happens, and I learned not only do I need a new prescription, obviously, but I suffer from dry eyes. So basically, everyone has this. This is going to be kind of gross, but it's the only way I can really explain it. So if you look in the eye here, the little fleshy part inside your eye, that's where your oil duct and water duct is. And over time, that duct starts to wear away and it starts to get dry. There are causes to make it happen faster, i.e. where I'm sitting right now can cause it because of the computer screen blue light. That can cause it to deteriorate because you're not blinking as much. You actually blink when you're looking at a computer screen. The doctor told me you blink like every 14 or so seconds because you're staring at something and it's not like moving around you. So it's not like causing your eyes to naturally blink, so your eyes won't blink as much.
Wow, that's
which
weird.
will cause it to get drier.
Wow.
So that's also part of digital eye strain. So they came up with these therapies. Tell me, and also if you have like a fan on, I just learned this too. If you have a fan on, kind of like how Melissa has her set up here, her fan, that blowing in your face, that can cause the outer lens of your eye to dry as well.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, so AC blowing in your face, don't do it. Fans blowing in, nothing.
Well, Allison will probably tell you, air conditioning sucks big times for singing and screaming or anything, especially screaming. Yeah. Anything like that is awful. Like if you ever see me and Melissa at a show and it's hot, don't ever invite us into the AC.
It's a no-go.
Because we won't go.
No, it's a no-go.
You'll be like, why are you out here melting to death? And it's because we don't want to screw the show up.
Right. So the doctor is an amazing person. I'm so glad I went because there's therapies for this. Thank you, E-Rock. You're subscribing. Thank you. Sending hearts for your eyes. Allison, you're adorable.
Yeah.
We're going to put you in a box and ship you up here and have you for the
we're
weekend. So there is therapies. So there's these 2 different types of eye drops here. One, which is this one. I'm actually eager to try this one once my eyes start burning. As milky and thicker lubricant. So I would use these, or you, if you have this, like while you're driving, you would pull over and your eyes burning, you'd pull over and then you put a drop in, yada, yada, yada. Then, this is what I'm excited to try tonight. They have this cool, like, heat compact, and you put it on, like, the doctor for me recommended, like, every day to a couple times a week at night. Put this little sucker in a microwave, put it on your face, and the way he described it to me was really funny. He was like, "You're gonna feel so much relief. It's gonna feel so good." I was like, "Okay."
No, he knows.
So not only does this heat thing prevent further damage to my water duct, but it will also help me with the relief with its current state. So I have mild dry eyes.
So what are you gonna do about this dot?
So the dot. So now back to the dot. So the dot is nothing serious. It's not it's not even a. She didn't even want to consider it a floater, but they said it nonetheless. Yeah. So back to the dot. So the dot isn't really much of anything. It's actually like common wear of, again, the lens. So let's say I stared into the sun on accident for a couple seconds. That could cause a floater. From my eyes burning so much and me using a paper towel to relieve it, or my clothes, that could also damage it too. Like a little minor trauma to the eye can cause it. Over time, you just seeing and being alive can cause it to deteriorate, and it goes away over time, so it's nothing serious. My eye, believe it or not, even though I can't see, I have very healthy eyes. He's like, every time he looks at my doctor, every time he looks at my specific eye chart, he's always like amazed about how healthy my eye is, how good my peripherals are. So to me, it's like, how do I have such a healthy eye, but I can't see for shit? And that will always baffle me. But everything else is regular. I have no glaucoma, no cataracts, nothing like that. It's just being alive and breathing and not properly handling my eye burning situation. But now with these little therapies, I'm actually really excited for my eyes to burn, because I got something for that ass. Also, fun fact, if you have Visine or clear eyes, on behalf of all eye doctors, throw the shits away. You're welcome. Get free delivery. So yeah, throw away your Visine and throw away your clear eyes. Throw all that away. Because it makes your eyes worse.
I've said that for years.
Mm-hmm.
I've said, why the fuck do people put that shit in their fucking eyes? It's a fucking cosmetic.
Mm-hmm.
I've said it for years. Do you know what you learn about doctors telling you the truth? In prison.
Yeah, they can't.
'Cause they don't have a reason to. They're not trying to sell you shit. When you go to the dentist here, it's a, you know what I mean? They're naturally trying to sell you stuff.
Yeah. Should I sell you like cosmetics and stuff?
Yeah, like prescription drugs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a big thing.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, throw all that away. You're welcome. You make your eyes worse and cause other problems that aren't related to your current eye problem.
You're like herpes. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, if you got a bad batch. Pissed off the wrong person at Amazon.
Yo, if you got eye herpes, you're in real serious shit.
Yeah, you should probably go to where I just went. Or the hospital.
What about the dots? Are they gonna fade?
Yeah, so the dot fades over time. The lady rolled her. She was probably on a couple months. The lady said so.
I would have been like, "Aye, bitch, I'll be back if it ain't."
Yeah, I guess if I ever see flashing.
If I ever see.
If my eyes ever detect flashing when I look at this dot, I need to
If
go.
thine has detected thy flash,
then thine must go see eye doctor.
doth morning dew, does the rain.
Yeah.
La, 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 la.
The more you know about eyes.
Yeah. So, any other developments? So you're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I knew that was gonna happen.
We all did. But I have therapies for that burning ass. If it wants
That's
to
good.
burn, I got something for that.
Cool it off.
So happy.
That's good.
So happy.
but and they run some tests on you, and you can see.
Yeah, so my eye is actually really healthy, believe it or not.
That's what I thought.
Even though I can't see for shit, I have a really healthy eye.
You just can't see, really.
I just can't see. That's it.
But that's not the worst of your problems.
No, I have dry eyes.
Right. That's the worst. That's the worst of your problems.
Yeah, the dry eyes. It's the worst. Fuck.
I love when you go to the doctor because you come back empty-handed every time. Products. Squirt some product on it.
Right? That'll make it feel better. I do need I need readers.
What's that? That sounds like.
I need bifocals.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Very
Oh,
lightly though.
You like an
Very
old lady now.
I'm really feeling it. I got a fucking
Excuse
floater.
me, can somebody pass me my bifocals?
They actually don't call them bifocals anymore. They call them progressives. I know. I said the same
That's some
thing.
meme type shit.
I know, right?
That's awful.
Can you pass me my progressives?
That sounds just as bad.
I know. I'd rather just call them bifocals.
You don't like that because it's Karen-y.
Yeah.
Progressives.
Yeah.
It's too woke.
No. Too modern for me. Ooh, I feel the burn.
Squirt it in front of everybody. They'll
All
love
right.
it. They'll love
Which
that.
one should I do? They said choose the one that you like the most.
What is that? It's flavored?
So this one's just regular lubricant, and this one's milky. This one has more medicine than this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's go with the medicine.
Medicine. Oh yeah, I really feel it.
Really?
It's
Is
right
it
here.
you getting it up?
Yeah, it's right here.
Squirt it in there.
You're really gonna feel some relief. I'll never get over how he put that.
Did you laugh?
I chuckled in my head, but I was like, I want to learn more about my eye duct. I finally got to learn something about eyes. When I used to go to the eye doctor, it's just an upgraded prescription. Now I actually have some juicy shit.
Well, you're supposed to. You're supposed to ask them what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. But I didn't have anything going on.
I'm real bad, because you know how I am.
Yeah.
I'm nosy for real.
You want to know everything,
I wanna
even
know
that's not
everything.
related.
Right, so yeah, what's that? I be talking about the patient next to me. Yeah, what's wrong with her? What's her
Ooh.
story?
Look at this little bottle. Look at all that medicine. Oh yeah, it's happening.
So what happens if your ears burn? Can you squirt that in there?
No, they need eardrops. Don't want to mix the eyes with the ears.
They're on your head. What's
They-
wrong with that?
They are, but they have separate duties. So they have separate microorganisms doing separate
That's weird,
things.
huh?
Yeah.
It's the doing that does.
That's why you're alive.
You struggling with that?
I was hoping no one was gonna say it in the viewfinder.
I can see everything. They cannot.
That's true. So, how's everyone else's day? I'm so glad that the spot wasn't anything worse. They did a test just to make sure it didn't have, like, anything connected to the spot.
Like what?
Like glaucoma or some other, like...
What the fuck?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why I did that test to see my eyes, see how, if they're level, my retina, see if they're level, and the healthiness of my eye. Just because of that test. And they take, like, an x-ray of your eye. It's fucking so cool. The picture. You see, like, in the picture you see your eyes and you see the cameras. It looks like a fucking camera.
Okay,
It's a green camera.
Lexi. We know. All of us have known.
It's so cool. And there's, like, the little, like, outer realm is, like, yellow. And then you see, like, your little, like, cells and your veins and your little, like, eyelashes. It's fucking so cool, dude. And then you see it in black and white, and you see, like, your optimals and your it's look it up. Look up x-ray of eye, and you'll be like, wow, this is so cool.
That sounds like a death metal band.
What, eye optimal?
I think it's an X-ray of eye.
X-ray of eye, yes. Someone make a band. Hi, Hans. Hi, Neat. Yeah, they're really burning out.
Well, so this is the thing. Like, so you got this medicine, but you can't use
I
it.
can't fucking open it, dude. Oh, what's happening? Ah, the burn. Motherfucker.
You really haven't gotten it yet?
Really haven't gotten it yet. You'd think it'd be easier than this. How are you this dry, dude?
How do you know that?
Because that she put in.
That was random. He was just there like that.
Here's a gift. It's not a gun. Everybody got shooting stuff?
What's that like eye drop?
It's happening again. I think I need one more drop.
You're gonna get addicted to that. Don't be getting addicted to eye drops now.
It did feel good though when it first went in.
Does it hurt more now?
It doesn't hurt more. It's just continuing to hurt. I think I need one more drop.
How do you know?
Because one drop didn't do it. Yeah, one drop didn't do it.
It said relief, not cure.
The bottle said 1 to 2 drops. There's nothing there.
That's crazy.
You guys saw it here, folks. Dry eyes. Oh.
Well, now you can't see anything.
I might need a paper towel to clean up myself. It does feel so good though.
Did it work?
Yeah, for this one. This one's still burning. This one's
So
fine.
that's what's wrong with your eyes? It's just really fucking dry. That's it.
It's dry. I have chronic dry eyes.
That's really fucking weird, man.
Yeah, dude. So, for those of you that
How come your nose is now stuffy and everything?
Because the water. So, as a reflex, to get moisture back into your eye duct, your body, your eyes will, like, water.
So your nose is getting stuffy?
Because your eyes are watering and it's causing all other shit.
Wow.
Mucus, water. So my body thinks it's crying, but I'm not crying. My eyes are burning. And it's
Right.
trying to fix itself.
What's
because
that one? What's that one?
It's
That's
the same one. I'm just putting it in
Why
this
is it a
eye.
different color?
It's not.
Well, you can't see. How would you know?
Because the bottle might be blue, but it's still the same medicine as this eye.
Could you see the milkiness?
Just very faintly when it came out of the bottle. Ooh, there's even like some residue on my hand.
What is it? What do you mean residue?
Like, I made a little bit of a mess. So some kind of came out and got on my hand.
That's crazy because like if you were driving right now and you would just put them in there like that, you really wouldn't be able to see anything now.
Yeah, I'd have to pull over and do this.
All right, you can't do that just when you're hanging out.
No.
You can't do that in the club.
Well, I'd have to have like
What?
paper towels so I can clean up my mess. Alright, let me get one of your. Oh yeah.
Well, that everybody was something that isn't typical of our streams. Oh. Woo! That's some fancy ass shoes.
Don't do it again. Well, I have a paper towel now, so we're not gonna play this fight. We're not doing this.
What happened?
I feel it fighting the medicine. But the doctor said like it's not like a one-stop thing. You have to do it like every day. Put the drops until. It's kind of like he compared it to like putting on like hand lotion. You might not feel relief like that first day you put on the lotion when your hands are cracked. You have to do it like
Ah.
use it
Oh.
for it to do its thing.
Oh. So that's strong eye lotion.
Yes. You can only get it at a pharmacy.
Why?
Which is the only place they said it didn't say Amazon or online. They just said pharmacy.
It's because there's a profit to be made.
Makes sense. This is an American business.
Because everything that you can cure yourself, you can buy in a corner store. Remember?
Mhm.
For instance, why wouldn't like lice medicine, like if you get lice, you can buy lice medicine at Walmart, you know? but not body lice. If you get body lice, you have to go through, a pharmacist. Because if you got lice, you can just shave your head off. I mean, shave all your hair off, it's gone. You can't shave your skin off.
So you have to go to someone to do it for you. Same with this.
So you create, right?
I have to go to someone to do it for me.
That price tag goes way up. Interesting though, right?
And that's why Visine and Clear Eyes are created.
Well, there's got to be somebody to profit off the shit that you can't make. So, like, when there's something that is a very real, authentic product, there's going to be one that's fake. We just talked about that with rock and roll.
It's like that for eye drops.
No, I swear to God, we just talked about real rock and roll and fake rock and roll. And the difference between, you know what I'm saying?
Hashtag hard rock heavy metal reset.
Yep.
If I can put y'all on real quick to the trickeries.
I'll be putting them on a little bit here and there.
We're trying to protect you from the trickery.
Well, what we're trying to protect you is driving 2 hours and spending $170 on a fucking nosebleed ticket to go watch Suzanne pump out karaoke's with her fake nose.
Hell yeah, Nate. Nate put the hashtag up. He put hashtag hard rock heavy metal reset.
No, he knows. Nate's a real one, bro. Real. So we were talking about this whole tour thing with Allison. And we were thinking about mid-June, and minimally 3 dates, 3 separate shows, minimum. A Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. Just do it. Bing, bang, boom. Be exhausted.
Yeah. But for a good cause, we get to see Allison.
That's what I'm saying. We'll be tired as shit.
But we get to be with Allison.
Right.
If you take all the pictures with her, you're gonna have a huge, you need to delete all the pictures off your phone. So you have space for all the pictures.
Well, John does photography and shit. I'm sure he has
Oh yeah, that's right. He does photography.
Oh.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun.
I'm sure there's hard drives and SD cards and storage and clouds.
Drop boxes.
Right. Oh, the other 2,000 body parts.
Wednesday to Saturday? Hump day to the weekend. Ooh.
No, that's good. No, that's a good idea. What do you think about that? That's smooth. Start a show Wednesday.
And no one will know.
No, Allison, that makes sense. How about the week leading up to the 15th? Or was that the 17th or the 15th?
Kevin?
Kevin, what?
I just know of John. Does she have another photographer? And his name is Kevin? Cool.
Oh.
That's cool. Oh. He likes to take pics of me and the other singers I play with, like Melissa. And we feed off each other in the photos. It's cool. Oh, that's awesome.
I like that.
That's really cool.
I get that whole feeding off thing because me and Bars take pictures like that. We take pictures as sometimes as a package picture. You know what I'm saying? We know how to make a picture
Oh.
Wow.
He takes the pics when they're on stage.
Oh, duh. No
That's
shit.
fucking
That makes sense.
That makes so much sense.
Why wouldn't
John
you know
can't
that?
do everything.
Right,
That makes
fuck.
so much sense. That's
That's
badass.
beer corkum.
Bad freaking ass. That's awesome. Last show we played with the other LA, and they have a chick singer, so we take pics together. Ooh!
Where are those pictures at? Can I see those?
I want to see one. If I had to choose between hanging out with Melissa, Lexi, and Allison, hang out. Aw, thank you, Nate. John's an octopus. Hey, I believe it. In this, you have to wear many hats, so I totally believe it.
Yeah, me too.
This is an interesting view. What's that?
This music is very like spirit boxy.
What's that triangle thing? Looks like it holds something. Yeah, that. Does that like hold something like special? Huh.
I feel like they've cut down way too many trees here.
Aww. Allison said she'll post them tonight when John gets home.
Oh, word.
On some fast delivery. Aw, thanks. Thanks, JD. Wow.
It's a long way over there.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, from that angle at first, I thought it was like a cookout. Hi, Callie guy. I'm good. How are you? Oh. Yo! Sepsis M&M's. Good. That's good, Callie guy. We're on top of this big cliff. Whoa.
I knew it was a setup. I fucking knew it. That's why I didn't go down there.
Damn it.
I've got not one bullet.
Fuck. You need an aircraft.
I'm out of bullet. I'm out of bullets.
Is there a place to get ammo?
Not really.
God damn it.
What the fuck?
Those wild daffodils. Ooh.
That's pretty good, Lex.
How in the...
That's why I didn't go down there.
Yeah. How how did they find you? Is the
Smart.
question. We're coming for you. Should have thought about that.
They breathe farts.
They breathe farts.
No, that's what they breathe, methane. So that's how they're able to survive on this world. See that thing on his face?
Is methane gas. Wow. That's their oxygen.
What do you think about that?
It's very interesting how the kind of creature that it is, what it looks like. You can't really see much of it because of the mask, like on its face. But seeing how they developed a creature, what it would look like that could breathe in the methane, and how it looks, it's very interesting.
How come you're not on camera?
I was just stretching out. Plus, she was telling her story. It was really good.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Comment it down below if you learned something new, because I surely fucking did, man.
It was just a setup. They just want me to go down there.
Should we show her the bag, Melissa?
It's behind you if you can dig it out.
What is it?
Oh, I don't want to go into your stuff like that.
What's the bag? Wow. Alright, Lex, I'm gonna take your spot.
Yeah, I gotta put this stuff away. And find you glasses.
Well, you have to come back and burn this J, though. Forget about the J.
I gotta start burning a jet.
My payment for the smoke alarm. Oh, the alarm.
Yeah,
Th-
Allison bought us a new smoke alarm. I love her.
Are you in
Can I tell you
box?
something? I don't think. I mean, honestly, rip it off the wall. What's gonna happen? Throw it
Well,
out.
that's what we're gonna do when we get the new one.
Okay.
She already bought it. So when it gets
I don't
here,
even
we'll
notice
rip
it.
that thing out of the fucking wall.
I'm surprised as
And
a
everyone
musician.
Can stop talking about it because I'm sick of it. Seriously. I don't even notice it anymore. It's everyone on the stream. They're like, the smoke alarm, the smoke alarm. I don't even notice until someone brings it up. And then it's like, ah. There it is. See, now I notice it because we're talking about it.
I still don't notice it.
It's loud as fuck if you stand in the hallway.
Oh my gosh, my right ear. Every time I
Are you
walk
serious?
into my room.
It's like,
Right in the
I
right
don't even notice
ear.
it at all.
Right in the ear.
JD's like, I don't notice it. Listen, if you've been in the
I don't
stream
know
long
about it.
enough, you won't notice it anymore.
It's like, damn it, now I notice it.
I only notice it when it goes in my fucking ear.
I
That's
honestly-
the only time.
I've been lucky enough to avoid, my brain is trained.
Oh, it's like a metronome.
It's like a metronome or prison. If I don't wanna
Allison
hear something, I
went
don't.
into protection mode. She was like, "You're gonna light a fatty and burn the place down."
That's
so
the
she
truth.
got it.
That's the truth. That is true. I had to get in front of this because I kept dying. What have you done? What have you done?
Oh, all I did was just move the blanket
Ooh.
back.
I forgot how this works. Look, now I'm all low. Okay. That's all I care about. Alright, now I'm not going to die. I wanna die.
This was the last night.
This one.
Was it
I
Supernatural?
can't. No, honestly, I don't even care about any other song right now that we've ever written. All I care about right now is Bleed Lines. I have to.
When you're off the stream, I'll try to fix that video too.
I have to look at Bleed Lines to see if I still like it. What if I don't like this song anymore?
It's not my favorite song off album too.
What's not your favorite song off album 2?
I was saying Blue Lines is not my favorite.
You don't
song.
like. Melissa doesn't like the next song we're coming out with.
I didn't say I didn't like it. Jeez, way to take that out of context. This is
Wow.
not my favorite one. I have other favorites.
Really like what?
Yesterday is currently my favorite.
Really? Because it's grown on you.
I like that one a lot.
That's different. See, that's the thing. Like some songs you're meant to like immediately, and other songs, not so much. Hold on here. This is my friend Pemberton. Hey, what up, Pem? Hey, you're on Twitch. I'm on air right now, so
Oh boy.
the whole world can hear you.
The whole world can hear me on Twitch. Well,
Yeah.
We're not saying anything about all the secret stuff we're working on then.
Everybody just heard that.
I mean, I wouldn't want anyone to know that they should probably keep their eyes out for a ticket link for October 8th in Providence, Rhode Island.
Yay! That's what I'm talking about. Hey, there's this cool band out of Tennessee named Roses Unread. I wish we could have them at. He said, "I know them."
I know them, yeah.
I wish we could have them at the Fet Music Hall someday. I'm saying that as a fan. I'll buy a ticket for that.
Maybe I could work something out with them. We'll see. I'll have to. Every once in a while, she sends me some messages about that stuff. So
Really?
maybe. Oh yeah. Maybe,
Wow.
maybe
Their
I'll have to
contacts
connect
know
and
our
figure
people,
that
and
out.
their people know.
I need to know some people. That's what I need to know. Everyone's plugged in here.
So hey, I wasn't sure if you guys were gonna get the opportunity to hit the road to come down here tonight. I just wanted to warn you, traffic is really bad. So if it's something that you consider and be aware, traffic is really bad.
No. I started the stream. We're just hanging out.
What's that?
No, I started the stream. No, we hanging in for the night. I wanted to go because of your energy.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. No worries. We're gonna be down there doing our thing, and I will catch up with you soon. I'm sure we have to do some promo stuff for that secret stuff I'm not supposed to talk about.
I'm on it like a bonnet. I'm really excited.
All right, love you guys. I'll talk to you all.
Yeah, much love, bro. Have fun.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Ooh, secret stuff.
Secret fucking squirrels. We need a Will Country. I love that. Yeah, man. Like, come on. I mean, I know some people think that I'm kind of toolish, but just give me a shot. I do better than some of these other motherfuckers. I'll tell you right now. I'd be the kind of leader that people could disagree with. Like all the leaders that we have in the world, you know what I mean? Like even the guy that like runs the store down the street from your house. You agree, if you disagree with him, you're not allowed in the store anymore. You're a shitbag. Like I'm not going to do that to y'all, man. I'm not going to do that to y'all, man. I'm a people person. I've lived with thousands of people and lived to tell about it. That's who you want to run shit. I'm with Allison. Just make sure. The only thing I want is like lots of marijuana, pork ribs. I like pork ribs. And I really want an electric bike. Like, and either an electric, I mean, I thought about an electric scooter, which might even be the better option for me, because you stand. You know, I like to stand.
You do like standing. You don't like sitting very long.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I think the electric scooter would be for me.
Yeah, because you'd be standing and moving.
I love that idea. Like, President Will, I come in with my electric scooter to address the nation.
You won't ever have to walk again. Here's the charge.
I love walking. I just don't like sitting.
True. So instead of like sitting at the Oval Office, you could just be in your.
Well, I don't necessarily have to be at the overt office. I don't need to be there. I could be at a different office.
Whatever presidents do. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. That could be my campaign phrase. Go lick your mother's clam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My name is Will, not Won't. And if you don't, go lick your mother's clam. Paid for by the Swarm, Sepsis, and ICG.
Please vote for him.
Right.
Really needs to vote.
Wow, yeah, we could have like Halo Day. Don't get me started. We'll have some fun. Cause our fuck music got bad. Everybody will be all mad at me about music because I'm getting rid of motherfuckers. I'm gonna start putting on bands that can play instruments. That's all. All the bands that can play instruments will be the ones that I choose. Yes.
So get rid of.
Are you asking permission to speak right now? Cause yes, young lady.
May we also get rid of auto-tune?
You want to get rid of auto-tune?
Here's
Here's what I'm going to say about auto-tune. This is what I'm going to say about auto-tunage. I don't think it should be used on stage. And I think there's a difference between pitch control and auto-tune. I think if you're trying to make a record, you know what I mean? And you're looking for a certain sound. I mean, California Love is a kind of an auto tune in a sense, like that. So there's auto tune, the effect, right? You know, there's the effect, and then there is pitch control. I recommend to young people that are singing to not sing notes or try to sing notes that they really can't perform. That's my rule about auto-tune. But about pitch control and auto-tune. That's number one. I would avoid singing shit. I would avoid impersonating notes that you can't perform in real life. Somebody stops you out of the street and says, Melissa, hit the hexagon note and push. Melissa, you know what I'm saying? Melissa's going to hit that. You know? They say, yo, do the exit note, you know what I'm saying, on More Than Before or something like that. Now, Melissa is a female tenor. I also think that in music, listen to me closely, I think in modern day music, we tend to think that singing higher is better. But I don't think that. I'm a musician. I don't think that. When I look at the guitar, I'm not like, dude, I'm going to play more high notes. Like, you know what I mean? Great musicians, singing the challenging note or playing the challenging riff doesn't make a song good, right? What makes it good is that the challenging riff is fit with other parts of the song that maybe aren't so challenging. Or maybe are more challenging, or whatever, you know what I mean? But it's usually the combination or the compromise, the yins and the yangs, the ins and the outs, the blacks and the whites, the men's and the women's, the ups and downs, are usually the diggada, daggada, jiggada, jiggada, one note. So you could sing a really high note, but that note is only as valuable, okay? It's a value. Notes are values, all right? So like a person singing one note of a single value doesn't mean much unless you have a note that comes before it and then another note after it. Then that note becomes something to think about. Does that make sense? So, you know what I mean? The full quality of any note that a person's going to sing, it's only going to matter in contrast to the notes that are sang prior to it and afterwards. Clip that. Don't even clip that. Go back and watch what I just said in its entirety, and then you'll get what I'm saying. But like people tended. There was a time in music, boom, 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 when having a big low voice, right, was a big value in music, right? So values change depending on where you go in the world. We view beauty differently. We eat differently. We fuck differently. We dance differently. We listen to music differently. We have different spices. So like the same thing with music. The same, some people bang and click sticks together, make pop noises. You know what I mean? Some people bang on the ground and pray to the rain and everything. Music comes in all different forms and performances and expression. Don't try to nail it down. But in Western society, we tend to go, people that sing high, that's high value. But there was a time in society, if you go look back at oil paintings, you'll notice that a lot of rich people, you know what I'm saying, and were depicted with, they had really healthy appetites. They were fat, because, at one point, and still, there are some places in Africa and other places in the world where the goal of some of the individuals in those tribes, their goal is to be as fat as possible. They drink cream and goat's blood and shit like that. You know what I mean? So they can say, because that's it's nothing out of the norm, really. It's what they know as being beautiful. It's what they, it's what they associate. That's how we look. Pregnant women here in the West, we say, oh, that's a sign of beauty, right? It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Some people put a bone in their ear or tattoo a wasp on their head or have dreadlocks. It's that's a sign of what we feel is acceptable. Same thing with music. That's all based. So when in Western society, as time goes on, the more electronics we use, we get used to hearing high pitch values on keyboards and computers. So we're starting to hear a lot more higher sustained pitch values from synthetic music. It is normal now to hear more synthetic vocals than it is. Look at your favorite bands. Even now, one of the greatest female fronted bands right now. Everybody loves. I love them. Everybody loves them. They do their recordings. They show you the recordings, how they record it. They do tutorials and show you the layers of their recordings. Spirit Box, a lot of their music is straight keyboards. You know what I mean? Her voice has been synthesized. It's been formatted. And they use a lot of synthesized keyboard undertones on her part. They reamp and recreate her voice and digitally remap it. And that's just how they create music. And people love them. You know what I'm saying? So it's not to say, we're creating an album. You know what I mean? Like a movie, you're going to have stunt doubles, right? You're going to have special effects. That's a movie. That's not a live performance. You see what I'm saying? So when you talk about is Spirit Box using auto-tune type machines and stuff like that, resynthesized vocals, I don't have no problem with that on an album. I don't see no problem with that, because it'd be like using special effects on a movie, on a horror movie or a space movie or something like that. I think an album, you're going to have now, but here's where you need to compromise, in my opinion. If you're an artist out there, let me know what you think. I think it's safe to say that there's a level of compromise there too. Like, how much of that are you going to record on an album? How much of what you record on the album is going to be able to be recreated in person? You know, I think that has a lot. I think that has a lot to say about the retained value of the original recording. So I think that there's like a versus live, correct? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to JD, Allison. I feel you. So what I'm saying is, so I'm gonna tell you about what we do, and I'm sure Allison has a way that she does it, and everybody has different ways of doing it. But those of you that are Patreons that can come and watch us record, you guys already know how we do it. But I'm gonna explain a bunch of different ways, none of which I feel compromise the integrity of an album. I think that there's the effect auto-tune that you have to consider. You know, like T-Pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's auto-tune, you know, and then there's a vocoder, like California Love. You know what I mean? California Love. That's a vocoder. So people don't, so just so they know the difference. There's an auto-tune effect, like T-Pain. Or like a lot of I'm trying to think of the way it could be used in rock and roll. Attack has been known to exploit the auto-tune effect. You know what I mean? Having it actually, you know, gurgle over into the key the key of the song or whatever. So there's the effect, the obvious effect of auto-tune. And then there's pitch editing or note editing. And I don't think that people at home know what that is.
Note editing?
Yes, there are programs on the computer when singers can't sing a note. You can take a syllable and literally move it to a new note. Go look it up. If you guys ever want to look it up, just go look up something like Melodyne. Go look up, type in, Google it now if you have your phone. Go look up Melodyne. It's one of many different type of software editing. So if you couldn't sing, let's say you couldn't sing a lick. Lexi, I can make you sound pretty good with some Melodyne. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna sound probably weird to you. Because you'd be like, "What? That's not." You'd be like, "That's not me, man." Yeah. But trust me, it can be done. Is what I'm saying. But that's not auto-tune. And then there's vocoder. There is the auto-tune effect. And then there are like universal pitch control or auto-tunes that work like pitch controls, or what we like to be understood as dynamic compressors, but from a notation point of view. I think that, and I recommend, this is what I recommend for most modern day singers. I recommend that most modern day singers, if you are using any pitch control type of technology, that you use it in a studio setting. And you only should be using auto-tune or pitch control software if the performance itself is fucking really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, the singing has to be so fucking good, you have to question even using it in the first place. How's that? Because that's how we use it.
That's how it's supposed to be.
You see, because that's how I would use it. If I was going to use it, that's the way I've used it. We've tried to use it in the past, and it hasn't worked. So you'll find sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes you'll find like, just for style points, people will try to auto-tune their vocals and realize that that's not quite what the vocal actually needs. Sometimes it needs a different note or a different timbre or something entirely different. So what I'm explaining to you is, under most circumstances, under fucking 80% of the circumstances, if you find yourself having to tune, if you're in a vocal line and you have to tune, you better hit the most perfect take where it breaks your heart to delete it. And you're a fucking micro fucking tone. You're a fucking transient off. You better be a micro tone off. And then, okay, bring it in for some stability. But not as training wheels. The only other exception is if you're using it as an effect, like Konami code. If you're obviously, I see you wanting that. If you really, there's some songs that you're trying to go, I want it to sound gurgly and auto-tuning. Getting bars for my baby, getting by for my baby. You want that to have some, you know what I mean? That's on purpose.
Need some robot.
You want it to be robot-y. That's the purpose of auto-tune for those people, for that kind of music, for that genre. But leaning back into rock and roll, swiveling back into rock and roll, I would avoid it like the fucking plague. Because in most cases, you're going to figure out that if it was recorded correctly, you're going to battle wanting to use it. So if you've ever used it before, chances are you've now gotten better at singing and realized, damn, I probably could have sang that. You know what I mean? So in many cases, now, there are rare cases that singers are doing like multi-layered stuff. Seriously now, I'm getting crazy now. Choir stuff. Man, you better use some pitch control on that. Or you have a hell of a sound guy. But either way, our music's really simple. So if Melissa screws up the front vocal, we're fucked. You know what I mean? Like, in our case, like, Melissa hits it or she doesn't. We've kind of learned that about her. JD says Melissa does not need it. I don't think she does. You know what I mean? When she was younger, we've tried to use it and try to bump her up a little bit. It pisses her off sometimes. It's pissed her off in the past. But, again, this is absolutely something we would never consider unless we were going for a certain sound, I can't say I would never use it if I needed it. But if I did, I would use it correctly. And I know that our engineer has lobbied using it before. We've talked about to what intensity, especially the newer stuff. We're starting to use, with all the newer recordings, we're using less and less of any kind of software enhancements, so to speak. But one thing we've never did is we've never synthetically created any voices. You guys know we record right here at the house, you know what I mean, in front of you guys. Everything you see is what you get. So it's like, if you like something Melissa does, or if you don't, you know what I mean, you know it's real, at least. I like the way Allison put it earlier. I want to make it perfectly clear too that, like, when it comes to, because I know people have heard me talk about backtracks and recordings too, in regards to like what Roses does and in regards to what other people do, is a very stark difference. We're talking about people who record their front vocal parts and basically lip sync to front vocal parts, or people that, you know, fake guitar solos and fucking shit like that. Be it orchestral parts, symphony parts, harmony parts, things that don't interrupt somebody singing. That's not in the same category. You know, lip syncing isn't karaoke, and karaoke isn't, you know, backtracks, and backtracks isn't samples, and samples aren't, you know, there's a whole, I mean, some people run their entire shows off MIDI technology. So basically one track syncs and then another track comes on, and, you know, sometimes there's interludes, and that a machine has to do that, you realize. Like, I think Megadeth does MIDI shit like that. I don't hate on that. Ain't no hate on that. That means you're keeping the show organized. Having a good amount of technology on stage with you is great. I think it's designing, like, band per band, the design and the designation of how that technology is going to play a role in your music, from recording it and then onto the stage. So let's get back to this whole thing, Melissa, about you not liking the song now.
I didn't say I didn't like the song. I never said that.
Did you think there's something we should do with it differently?
No, I said it's not.
Should we
my
have a
favorite.
listening party
All I said was it's not my favorite.
Let's have a
That's
listening
all I
party with
said.
Allison and see what she says.
I personally prefer other songs. That's all.
What do you not like about the next single that's coming out that you're bad mouthing on Twitch?
I didn't say anything like that. You're putting words.
What do you like about it?
I like that it's kind of like a rock and roll song, in my opinion.
You think it's like a rock and roll song?
In my opinion.
Really? That's really different. What kind of rock and roll song would you say it's like?
I don't know.
Name one rock and roll song that Bleed Line sounds like.
Not in this conversation.
Why aren't you? Now she's not in the conversation. Yo, JD said, "Yo, play the fifth. You need to stop right now." She couldn't even tell you that it sounded like. You know what I mean? She couldn't even tell you what it sounded like.
I'm just saying it's not my favorite. That's all. I like the song.
This kid. I don't know what's wrong with her, everybody. I think JD's got it right. I still... Well, how many bullets? I got one bullet left. JD's here. You got to hear it. All right, we'll go on Patreon after this. Everybody go on Patreon after this, and we'll go listen to Bleed Lines. So.
I'm not talking shit. Oh my god. I make one comment.
No, I'm just interested what you thought about it, because it's hard to. We make weird music.
To me, it's not.
It's fucking
the
weird.
heaviest song we have. I don't know. It's like.
So we must hear the song. Yo. I feel like everything that Roses has done most recently is easily my favorite stuff. Straight up. But there was that one time that they did like she did like a whole bunch of reruns of like old videos that they did, like old performances and shit. And I was loving that shit. But maybe I was just in the moment. I could have been just in the moment. Didn't we play the instrumental on Twitch before?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'll play the track right now, but we'll have to
What did I play for them?
we'll mute all the vocals.
I'm not saying it's a bad song, people. I like the song.
Hold on, let's play it. You guys put a 1 in the chat if you want us to play Bleed
I
Life.
have a different favorite. That is all. Everyone else in the band likes this song more than any of the other songs. I personally.
I saw my name. What? Everybody put a 1 in the. Because Melissa doesn't even know what it sounds like anymore.
Yes, I do.
So she forgot what it sounds.
You just played it the other day
No, I
in the
didn't.
band room. What are you talking about?
You guys need to play more acoustic. Play 1. I would like to play more acoustic. How can we make this happen? We should do acoustic stuff. I want Cam to write acoustic material. Okay, that's a lot of 1s. All right, I'm gonna have to mute. I'll mute Melissa's voice so I won't spoil it for everybody. So
Why would you do that?
I can only play the instrumental, so they can get an idea what it sounds like. Because we did it a while ago. Because no other bands do that. That's why. Because bands don't let people listen to their demos. Name one band you heard their demo in the last month. Name one band that they're gonna open up that you never heard. They're gonna open up their fucking computer and play their fucking material. They're not gonna do it. It's unheard of. They don't do that. So that's why we do that. Because right now, we're doing something that other bands would never have the guts to do. If our fans hate this music right now, and we even got Allison here, if they think it's terrible, shit, we can delete it right now. This is called peer reviewing your music. I'm going to bring the microphone back here and everything. Now, I will warn you. You're not going to get a stereo image because the speakers are pointed in the opposite direction. And I must warn you, I'm going to have to take all Melissa's vocals out of it because I don't want to spoil anything. But that's good. I mean, to me, that way they get to hear more what the album sound like. My favorite. That's what I'm saying. Alice. That's what I was saying earlier, that Allison was the only other people that do that. I said that. I did say that. But bands don't do that. Rough cuts are understandable. No, this ain't rough. This is solid. But however, it's just not. It's not running through the technology. This won't be the amp. So what I do is like we'll take everything and we'll pull it out. Everything is DI'd. Everything is dry. Everything is DI'd. This won't be like the final. We won't run Melissa through the same plugins. We won't run it through the same amps. All the amplifiers will be different. We'll be able to choose which amplifiers we really want. I'm at the gym doing leg presses for real? That's serious, dude. That's serious. I don't even think I can do a leg press. That sounds awful. Yeah, I do leg presses too. It's when I get out of bed in the morning. I press right up in the air. I haven't even heard. I don't even know. Now I just want to hear it, just to hear it. Y'all have inspired me. exciting. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of song, boy. I'm looking at this shit like, oh my god. Can y'all hear that? Is that too loud? Let me get a 1 if that's too loud. Give me a 2 if it's too loud. All right. So this will give us incentive. This is the next single we're gonna release, but I took all the vocals out. I think my favorite part about that is the keyboards. That's it.
My favorite's probably the drums.
That's a yeah. No, the drums are good. That's a demo. God
There's
damn
that
it.
One part there where he does this like.
So I've got Joe for like an hour on video doing that roll at the end. And him,
Yeah, that part's awesome.
yeah, but watch him when we do it at practice, and watch the concentration.
Because you need to be concentrated to do that.
I just think it's
what
funny.
do you mean? That's a hard part.
Dedicated. It's a dedicated
That shit's hard.
Position.
You could easily fuck it up.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So, a funny part about that, the guitar part at the end, like like we'll do like 2 parts, like me and Cam will split parts on the record, but a lot of times in reality I'll be like, yo Cam, play them shits. So a lot of times at shows you'll see I'll have Cam just do the fucking solos. Like I do the little solo on Blacklight, and I'll do like the big solo on Eyes of Empathy, the crazy one. I'll do that one because it's fucking nuts. But all the other shit I like, you know what I'm saying, like Cam like kills those positions, man, and it gives me a time. Oh, it gives me a fucking time to not knock the Xbox off. That's okay, because I gotta go anyway. But it gives me I didn't mean to shut the Xbox off, but it gives me time to like reset. You know what I mean? So when Cam is doing solos and shit like that, it really gives me kind of a break. Gibby, that's what I was trying to explain to Melissa. I was like, that's what got us into this whole.
I'm my own personal opinion.
But that's
That
what.
was
That's
it.
what.
I'm not saying everyone else doesn't have a different opinion than me. That's fine.
And it's not but you're not even inaccurate. I wanted to point out that yesterday isn't me. You have to remember, it almost never made. We were all like, it was going to be a single. It was not. We were just going to release it because it was like an experimental kind of thing.
I would not be surprised if Bleed Lines takes off faster than Yesterday Isn't Me, because, well, people like that kind of music more.
However, I do think that Yesterday Isn't Me, for some people's ears, is a little sophisticated. You know what I'm saying?
I can agree.
It's
That's
not
what
the
I'm saying.
fucking
It's
swarm.
hard
You know what I
to
mean?
listen to it. If you don't listen to it over and over and over again, then it's hard to get a grasp of the first time around.
Right.
Whereas Bleed Lines, you can catch on to that easily on a first listen.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to, like you said, it's more sophisticated on Yesterday Isn't Me.
I've heard.
Which is probably why I like it more.
I think
my
that's
own
why you like
personal
it,
reasons.
because you're a metal girl,
Yeah.
and you're looking for some math. You're looking for you know what I mean. There's some poly notes in there. There's some puzzles in Yesterday Isn't Me. There's
Bleed Lines is definitely
not a ton.
easier to listen to, for sure.
a little. It's a little bit more here I come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which I think we're okay being. We're rather simple, I think, for the most part. Allison, would you describe? Can you turn this into full screen? Because we've lost contact with everything.
All you have to do for that future reference is click where it says just chatting over here on the left.
Yeah.
It'll do this thing.
Lex, you want to burn one? Are you shopping? She's shopping.
Uncover the
Help.
What? You need help shopping?
Brow line,
Brow line?
brow line,
Yeah.
or cat eye.
I think brown line is good if you have a good brow. What do you guys think? Yo, Power Metal said at least the Swarmies acknowledge him. I acknowledge you every time. It's Melissa that doesn't acknowledge you.
bullshit.
I always say, hey, look, there's Ed.
I acknowledge Ed.
I'm the one
every
that gets her to
time.
acknowledge you.
Oh my god, I'm out.
You could be in and help me pick out some frames.
Yo, help the lady pick out
You're
some
picking
new
up
frames
your
for her
frames.
eyes. She's seeing spots.
Yeah, why are you seeing spots?
We went over it with the Swarmies already, but
So
you
there's
won't
multiple
acknowledge them.
causes to why I see a spot. It could be me looking into the sunlight. It could be the way that I used to clean my eye whenever it burned, stuff like that.
Ha.
Just wear and tear as you get older.
So the eye drops will help with that?
Eye drops will help with my dry eyes. What will help with my spot is just over time.
I agree.
So as it fixes itself eventually.
Yeah, it'll fix itself.
Gotcha.
I agree. I think that but you know, here's the wild card. Here's the wild card. The wild card is this. You guys haven't heard the lyrics yet. The lyrics could be awful. What if we screwed up the vocals? So that now you guys will have to think about that all the time. Like, based on what you heard, what do you think what do you think based on us? Like, what do you think the melodies were? What do you think the screams were, if any? Like, what do you think? Now you have to imagine. What do you think those vocals? How do you think they landed? You know, that would fuck with me. Like, if I just heard that instrument, cause you know what I mean. Allison, would you describe? We're all fucked up over here. We don't know whether we want to be simple or sophisticated sometimes. Would you describe Roses on Red? Would you describe that as sophisticated music? Do you think it's confusing? Do you think it's emotional? What do you think? I feel that Yesterday Isn't Me is far too sophisticated for first listens. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say. I've always known that about that song, though. But that's why we fucking made it. You know what I mean? Like, not all music is meant to be like, just like, you know what I mean? Gobbled up. Some music is meant to be discovered. So there are definitely parts to that track that should grow with you in time. And if you do like that track, it should grow with you in time. That's the way that we designed it. Whereas a song like Black Light, for instance, is really simple. And it's easy to listen to immediately. You know what I mean? There you go. And then, you know, and here's a good contrast. Here's a good competitor coming in. When you look at songs like You Already Know, you're seeing a good blend of that. Something that might appear to be rather simple, you know, but if you were to play it, it might have some surprises for you. Hey, that's real. Allison said, listen to this. Allison says, emotion depends a lot on her stuff. And she said also, she loved how our songs are different from one another. That's difficult to do too, sometimes, right? But some bands you don't want to do that. Some people get mad at us for that, because they'd be like, I thought you guys were fucking angry. And we're like, we are sometimes. You know what I mean? I will say that. Like, some people have said to me before, like, I like these 3 songs, but I'm not into these other songs that you guys do. And I'm like, that's okay with me, though. They didn't say they hated this shit. They were just like, nah, these ones are, like, stand out for me, and I'm into you guys' dancey shit. I'm into you guys' breakdowny shit. I'm into you guys', you know what I mean? But I want to make it clear for sure that we designed our music for a little something for everybody. We tried to do that. Because we are everybody. We're like everyday people, you know?
You are the work.
Do you guys, oh, here we go. I think it's because of y'all's background in different genres. Yes, man. That's what no, she's right. Allison's helping me find myself right now. But this is true though. This is really what it is. She's got a good point. That's why they're our favorite band, dude. But there's a lot of science to that though, for real. I was listening to we have a song coming called There's No Such Thing. And it's like I'll play it and I'll be like, damn, this shit sound like sometimes like Roses on Red sounds like rap music to me sometimes too though. Like some of their drum beats seem like kind of like rappy a little bit. To me.
Yeah.
To me. You know what I'm saying? I could rap to that shit. That's the one similarity I will say between the both of our bands is sometimes we have like mid-tempo grooves. You know what I'm saying? Mid-tempo drum grooves. You want to hit that? Fuck yeah, man. Yo, look, I'm so happy that the people that do understand or even give a shit at all about any of our music is good enough for me. If anything expands on that, I'm just lucky. For real. Hell yeah. It's funny because like sometimes we'll stop and we'll do like the lullaby parts. Like we'll be chugging along. Last weekend was funny because we'll just stop. Like people who've never seen us before and we'll stop and Melissa will do a lullaby part. Some people, not everybody digs it. Some people are like, what the fuck are they doing? They don't hate, you know what I'm saying? It just catches them by, you can tell they're surprised. Like they're not ready that we're going to do that. That's funny.
They're like in shock then in awe.
Yes, the beat stuff. That's why I love Rapture. It is hip hop style. It is. That's what I'm talking about.
Is my favorite song to
The
run
beats.
to. It's whenever it comes on, Rapture.
I'll be in the groove, man. Get me in the pocket, or get me on a good song. Get me on a good,
Pumps me up. It's like push.
Roses on Red is good driving music. You got to be on a haul. It's good tour music.
Rapture is a good run song.
I tell you what.
One time, Rapture came on during the run and then push, and I was like, "Whoa, I'm gonna be sweating after this."
If you're in a rock and roll band and people can't work out to your music, you suck. I feel like every band has to have one or two songs that
Please
promote physical activity.
Please, one or two. That's all I ask. Bare minimum one. That's it. Just one.
I also see like Roses on Red as like movie credits.
Yes.
It's movie credits rock.
Creatures going. Yeah.
Very cinematic. Yep. You know what? The love of film, the love of photography, the love of making music videos, all of that. That's another whole part that a lot of bands don't take advantage of that y'all do, really. I fucking love you guys. Hopefully we get to see y'all soon. I'm gonna talk. Hopefully I'm gonna talk with our friend there too again. And please, Allison, if you got people you want me to talk with, what I'm going to do is I would take those folks along with my folks, and I would say, Rose and Red, Sepsis want to come, package it up. I know how much it costs because it costs us both the same thing. It makes things really easy. If it costs your band similar to what it would cost my band, then it would be easy. I'm gonna end the stream so I can stretch out. Y'all be good to yourselves, and thanks for listening to all the crazy shit I got to talk about. Some of that shit was deep tonight. Some of that was real good math. I'll see you guys on the Xbox. Peace. Melissa's gonna lead the raid. Raid somebody, Melissa.
I'm looking.
Okay, she's looking. Yeah, message me them contacts. I'll get to work on it. Mid-June. So, if you looked at Wednesday, June 15th, into June 19th, the Sunday, you could probably get 3 good bangers out of that. Maybe even 4. A little acoustic show on the Sunday, on the way out. Something different. A wild card on Sunday, Allison. The June 15th. Play that night, hump day. Take a rest. Get some energy up. Play that Friday. Take a breath. Show up in the next spot. Play the 18th that Saturday. And then the 19th could either be travel or pick up something sneaky on the way back. Lexi's twisting her hair. Are you rating from the phone?
No, I can't. I'm looking for someone to read.
Go sit with them.
I don't want to raid someone with thousands of viewers.
Don't raid nobody with thousands of viewers. Fuck them.
That's what.
Hi, I'm
I
back.
don't even like them.
Really quick question. This is so beyond off topic. Brow line or cat eye? That's all I need to know.
She's been going on about this all the while.
No, just kidding. Hey, Cherry. Allison, you're cute. Round? I already have round. Well, no, round. I've never done round. Wait, is this round?
I think that's round. You don't want round like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, so
you don't
what
want
I'm
round
trying
like
to
John.
avoid is looking like a librarian.
Or no, or looking like Johnny.
Here we go.
Or looking like Johnny.
I found someone unless you got a question for them or something.
Oh no. Oh hi. Hello. Cutely insane. Oh my
Hi,
God.
bye.
Bye.
Alright. I found a random to raid. My desk is a mess. Alright, reading. What's your name? Golden? Enjoy the raid, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Of course, JD, you're welcome. Hi, Kiko. Bye, Kiko. Hi. Bye, everyone else. Bye. World of S'more Music. Okay, here we go.